Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I hope we all in a good condition. So for this meeting, from we from group one will answer the question that we already collect in the previous presentation. To answer the question from group two, so where we already presented about the Bantar Gebang landslide disaster. So group two have question. So for the first question, next slide please. First question from Agustinur Rahmi, from Areta, will answer by Uda Lutfi. To Uda Lutfi, time is yours.
All right, thank you, moderators. I will answer the Amita's questions about considering the root causes of the Bantar Gebang landfill landslides, what fundamental changes in waste management policy and infrastructure design should be prioritized to shift from a reactive to a proactive disaster prevention approach in Indonesia. So basically, she asked about the proactive policy and design shifts. So first is to enforce sanitary landfills, like you mandate liners, leachate collection should be bigger than 60 centimeter daily cover, and gas capture system via strict licensing and audits. And then upstream waste reduction by do or that require source separation, strong reduce 3R target or EPR scheme, plus composting biogas for organic to cut landfill input. And then infrastructure standard like codify international best practices, multi-layer liners, leachate treatment, active gas wells, and third-party technical verifications. Last but not least, the capacity and funding by create a dedicated budget, train local engineers and geotechnical design, and form cross-agency task forces for landfill upgrades. So, Areta, I giving back to moderator.
Okay, for the first question of Areta already answered. So how about Areta? Do you have any follow-up question?
No, that's clear enough. Thank you. Giving back to moderator.
For the second question from Areta, will be answered by Uda Lutfi. Back to Uda Lutfi.
All right, very well. Thank you then. So the second question from Areta is, how does the lack of early warning and monitoring system at Bantar Gebang reflect a broader systematic issue in Indonesia landfill management practices, and what lessons can be drawn from global best practices to address these gaps? First, we can install geotechnical sensors, equip landfills with inclinometers, piezometers, and tilt sensors that link to a real-time alert system, and leverage remote sensing, use drones and satellite imagery to track slope deformation over time, and integrate data and transparency by mandate data sharing among environment, public works, and disaster agencies, plus public dashboard for accountability, and public-private partnership by engage tech firms to deploy IoT networks and digital platform, easing the financial and technical burden on operators. Thank you. Giving back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Lutfi, for the answer. So how it is, Areta? Do you have any follow-up question?
Okay, that's clear enough for me. Thank you so much. Giving back to moderator.
So for the next question from Ami, first question will be answered by me. Ami, first have question is, given the non-presence of toxic leachate and methane gas emissions at Bantar Gebang, how was the landslide exacerbate this risk for surrounding communities and ecosystem? how effective our current monitoring system for landfill stability and waste management, and what improvements are urgently needed. For this question, first we can sudden release of it can be sudden release of contaminants, collapse of waste mounds, ruptures, leachate containment layers, sending high toxicity leachate into surrounding soil and waterways. And then rapid methane pockets are abruptly vented, spiking local methane concentration and escalating explosion hazard. For the second, strained monitoring and management. Current state is reliant on infrequent manual inspection and basic leachate sum checks, no automated glass alarm or slope movement sensors. And for the urgent upgrades, need to deploy real-time inclinometer or the piezometer networks to catch slope creep, and install continuous gas monitoring station with automated flaring or capture, and then expand and automate leachate sampling wells around high risk zone. So for Ami, do you have any follow-up question, or the question already clear enough?
That's clear enough. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, so for the second question will be answered by Haikal. To Haikal, time is yours.
All right, thank you, moderator. The next question is, why has Batar Gerbang continued to operate as an open landfill without transitioning to a sanitary landfill system, despite the decades of overcapacity and known engineering risks? And what institutional or financial barriers have prevented the necessary upgrade and risk mitigation investment in landfill infrastructure? So our answer is the persistence of open dumping and upgrade barrier. Why no why no sanitary upgrade? Because the legacy constraint, like the site was designed as an open dump, uh, retrofitting linear drainage and gas capture across the 110 hectares is highly disruptive. Next is about the because the regulatory gaps. Enforcement of sanitary landfill standard is weak, with multiple agencies sharing oversight, in leading to coordination failure. And the next is the institutional and financial hurdles. First is fragmented governance, overlapping mandates, slow decision making, and delayed accountability. Next is the budget and shortfalls. Capital cost for full sanitary and for retrofit, like a linear treatment plant and cover system, except the local revenue from the waste fees. And the last one is lack of incentive. No earthquake, environmental lift, or EPR schemes to fund large-scale infrastructure upgrades. All right, I yield back to moderator.
Okay, that's all of our presentation of the answer in the Q&A session. We hope that group 2 can have a better understanding in this topic. So thank you for the attention. If there is no other question, we can close this presentation with Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. So I'm sorry if there is any mistaken. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.